And
I hope to do it again someday.
I think that would be a great thing if you did do it again. That would be fun. I would pay to actually come see that show. And I think Derby Dinner runs it every now and then, the always Patsy Cline thing. And if they do, then by all means, maybe I can catch it here. But you just convinced me it's going to be a show that's intriguing that I'm going to have to see. And I think it's neat. We were doing some talking the other day, Teresa and I. We were talking about the Loretta Lynn depiction of Patsy Cline and coal miner's daughter and some of the different things that they did together as a team. And, of course, back then I didn't realize that most people did not overdress for a show, and Patsy was an overdresser.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Loved her makeup.
That's a diva characteristic as well.
Yep. Loved her makeup, and kind of got Loretta in that little issue when she was putting some on her, and apparently that was, of course, the sore spot with Loretta's husband at the time.
Right.
But I tell you what, just watching the woman and the way that she talked and sang on stage, the depiction of her on that movie, made me just more and more a better admirer of Patsy Cline, because, you know, she really did set the standards for a lot of female country singers, which held true for many years, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and really paved the way for the singers that came later, like Tanya Tucker and Dolly Parton. You know, they were able to kind of come into the industry a little bit easier because they had already had a woman pioneering it for them, with not only with Kitty Wells but also with Patsy. You know, Kitty was kind of the foot in the door, and then Patsy kind of blew the doors open and said, the women are here, you know, and we're valuable artists, and we can do a lot of good things. And you know, even today, there are certain places that I can't get booked because the guys say, "Oh, you got a lady singer?" You know, they don't really want to hear a lady singer, and that's still a prejudice that I have found even today. You know, trying to get in, and there's a lot of guys that just don't want to listen to a lady. So Patsy came in and blew those doors open and said, "Women are strong, and we're here, and we're great performers, and we can sing, and you know, let us in." And really help us out.
Now, when you talk about the female singers today, and you're saying that there's still some doors that are closed, do you sing outside of the different jamborees and operas and things? Do you have your own group that you sing with?
I do. I have my own band. The name changes frequently. Right now, they're called G-Force, but they might change that again. But they always have Natalie Berry at the head of it. It's Natalie Berry and something. But we're always reinventing ourselves and trying new music. And this year we're kind of experimenting with more blues because my acoustic guitar player is a blues man. And so we're trying to incorporate some more blues into our show. And we do old rock and roll and country. And we get booked at, as a matter of fact, we're doing the Stonebridge concert series in Wilmore this year. I don't know if you're familiar with Wilmore's Stonebridge concert series, but it's an outdoor thing that they do once a week, and they host a band, and the band comes in, and we put on a 2-hour show, and we had a great crowd last year, and they're looking for another great crowd this year, and people really enjoy that. For me to get outside of the jamborees, because then they get to really hear more of the things that I like to do. They get to hear me do different songs, some more challenging songs, and things like that. So I do get booked quite a bit outside of the jamborees, and we do some. We've done a more of the tasteful bars, like wine bars. You know, we won't go into like a honky tonk, but we'll do like wine bars and things like that with intimate groups. We really enjoy those, and it's really exciting to get to work with your own band.
Absolutely. I think I would like to do that myself. We're going to be right back with Natalie Berry. You're talking with Scott and Roger on Scott and Roger's Country Roundup. We're going to take a pause for the cause right here and let our commercial people come in. So, Natalie, can you hold with us for just a couple of minutes? So,
I'm happy to.
Thank you. We'll be right back with Natalie Berry.
Hi, I'm Scott Staver. Are you looking for great country music on Saturday night? Then let me recommend the 68 Jamboree. Bill Weatherford and Sue McQuarrie would like to invite you to the place where friends become new friends and old friends become family. Every Saturday night, The 68 Drifters Band backs some of the best local and regional talent in Kentucky and surrounding areas. Be sure to try out one of their big country ham sandwiches. Or if you're into barbecue, try some of their barbecue pulled pork. You want something a little lighter? May I recommend their popcorn. It comes in a lunch bag size, and if you pace yourself just right, it'll last you the whole show. So come on down to the 68 Jamboree, 4410 Danville Highway, Lebanon, Kentucky, where friends become new friends and old friends become family.
Richie, Ralph Malph, and the one and only Fonz are all back and trying to save their favorite hangout, Arnold's from demolition, in Happy Days, the musical, on stage at Derby Dinner Playhouse through May 13th. Written by the legendary Gary Marshall and based on the hit TV show, this family-friendly musical will have you rockin' and rollin' all week long. Call 288-8281 to reserve your tickets for Happy Days or order online at derbydinner.com.
And remember, Happy Days is still playing right now at Derby Dinner, and if you've not been there, you've missed a great show. Written by Gary Marshall, it's the most fun you can have and the most good food eating you can do for about $32. Go and call them 288-8281 and tell them Roger sent you, and that you heard it right here on Scott and Roger's Country Roundup. And we're at our new 2-hour program. We're talking with our first guest tonight, Miss Natalie Berry. And Natalie is a comedian, a singer, an activist, you're just everything. You have got the whole deal going on, and I just get awestruck when people do as many hats as you do, and can do them so well. And,
well, I just try to keep busy.
Well, and you do a great job keeping busy, and we've been watching. Give us a rundown of some of the places that you're going to be.
Well, I'd like to tell you about a couple of big shows that I've got coming up. We are doing a Honky Tonk Angels show at the Ross Country Jamboree on July 7th, and we're still working out the details. But we've got we're going to be working up that, and so it'll be Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, and Tanya Tucker, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're doing another show with them. It's going to be a hee-haw show, September 1st. We're doing a comedy show there. It's going to be like a hee-haw theme, and I think we're going to call it the Ross Country Riot. We're still planning that one out.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, that one's it's going to be really, really funny. I really like to dress up and act silly and sing funny songs.
No.
And so I love it. Yes, I love it when people call me. Yes, I love it when people call me to do these comedy shows and plan these out. And so I'm still working on my guests for that one, who I'm going to ask to be on that. But I assure you they'll be just as funny as me, and we'll have just as much fun together. And then, of course, the Stonebridge Concert Series in Wilmore is going to be on 8/11. And I'm going to be on Glenn Rice's show on November 9th.
Oh, I have tickets to that already, so I forgot I helped sponsor that program.
Good,
Hey, if
I'm
you
glad
need a
you'll be there.
junior to go with Loretta and Tanya, keep me in mind.
Okay.
I tell you what, that's a good thing. I get tickled every time somebody says something about Glenn's show, because Teresa and I are blessed enough to be able to help sponsor his programs. And we've done this now for a couple of years, and we love Glenn. Of course, I'm with Glenn in August. You'll be there in November, so those are going to be two great shows no matter what.
Yeah,
and then I'm with
Pat was just on it. Pat was just on it, I guess, last time, and talked about how great it was. So I'm super excited about it. I've never been on Glenn's show before, and I'm really thrilled that he asked me this year.
Oh, you can't go wrong with the Glenn Rice show, because he's a perfectionist, and trust me, it works right down to the real nitty-gritty, and he'll just make you laugh and feel better than family.
Yes.
And I get to be with him at the center again this year. This year we're going to do Christmas at the center once again in Hodgensville, Kentucky. So if you get a chance to come down and see us there, that's a great program too. And of course, I'm thankful for any programs that I don't appear on that many anymore. But I'm too busy trying to get this radio thing off the air or on the air, and making sure that we have a lot of fun doing that.